Hey everybody, my name is Nate, you're watching WASD20, and today I'm going to be rolling up a character for D&D 5th edition like a boss. 3d6 down the line. It doesn't get any more hardcore than this, people. Alright, so that's a little ridiculous. But anyway, thought it would be fun, thought it would be interesting and different. So I'm going to move the camera now, and you can actually see my dice rolls so you know I'm not fudging them. Alright, so I'll do my best to keep them in this area here. That's a 6, 1, 2, that's a 9. So straight down the line means I just, like I said, straight down the line. This may not be a very well optimized character. I think it'll be fun. Alright, next number is an 8. So far, so mediocre. A 7. Yep, bad at everything so far. Oh, there we go. Alright, so that's a 16. Oh my goodness, I think we got a wizard. Man, I just made a wizard last time too. Oh well. Oh man. Even better, 17. We might have a cleric. Okay, so we definitely got a caster of some kind on our hands here. I'm going to move the camera back. My hardcore method produced some pretty good numbers here, actually. Man, really good. I don't know if I've ever rolled a 17, even with 4d6 drop the lowest. But anyway, I think we've definitely got a cleric on our hands here. So I'm going to go to the player's handbook now and just kind of look things over, but I think we've got a cleric. I've already decided I'm going to make this character a halfling. Haven't done a halfling before, and I'm going to look at a name too and see if I can find a name here, and be right back. Alright, so I've gone through the player's handbook a little bit, and I've picked a name for my character. He is a halfling. His name is Milo Hillsprig, and I've decided I'm actually going to make him a druid, because as I was looking through it, looks like wisdom is a good skill for a druid, and I haven't made a druid yet, so I thought that would be cool. So I'm going to go ahead and record the halfling traits at this time. Then I'm going to go for his background, and then I'm going to record some of the class features for Druid. So my dexterity score is going to be increasing by 2 as a class feature, which, you know, it's not ideal for my Druid, but it'll help. It says that a halfling usually reaches adulthood at the age of 20, so I think I'm going to go ahead and make his age. Where is age? There it is. We'll say pretty young, 26, let's say. And most halflings are lawful good, and I'm going to stick with that for his alignment. Although, we'll see when I get to backgrounds, might change that. My base walking speed for a halfling is 25 feet. I am lucky, so I get to re-roll on a 1, which I think that's pretty cool. And that says it's on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. You can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. By the way, this is all on page 28 of the player's handbook for Halfling. Brave. I have advantage saving throws against being frightened. And nimbleness, which means I can move through the square of a creature any size bigger than me. So, yeah, I'm just going to put down the page number here. I'm not going to write all that. Save some room. For languages, I can read, speak, and write Common and Halfling. And now I get to pick a type of Halfling. I can either be Lightfoot or Stout. And I think I'm going to pick Stout because I wouldn't mind getting my charisma up, or my constitution up a little bit. So with Stout Halfling, my constitution score increases by 1. I have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage. I'm going to put Stout up here. Advantage. Alright, there we go. Alright, on to backgrounds next. Backgrounds are found in Chapter 4 of the Player's Handbook. I've kind of looked through them briefly here, and I've decided on the Outlander background. So let's take a look at what that means for us. It says, you grew up in the wild hills, far from civilization, comforts of town, and technology. You've witnessed migration of herds larger than forests, survived weather more extreme, and on it goes. The wilds are in your blood. And so I just thought this seemed pretty appropriate for a druid, and I haven't selected the Outlander background yet, so I'm going to give it a shot here. And I'm going to be rolling some dice to see what I come up with here, but I might re-roll if something seems to contradict with my idea for the character and what kind of character I want to be, because I do want to play a good character, a lawful good character. Alright, so first off, roll my d10, and I got a 1, which means that I am a forester. Seems appropriate? Okay, so I put that right up here, Outlander with the forester background, or origin. It says here I have skill proficiencies in athletics and survival. Athletics and survival, which reminds me, I gotta write down my modifiers there. Then it says tool proficiencies, 1 type of musical instrument. I'm gonna go with a flute. I just love flutes. Or maybe I should do a drum. Yeah, I'm gonna do drum. Yep, I like it. Okay. It says that I get 1 additional language, and I think I might like Dwarvish, because a stout halfling, some say, are somehow related to dwarves. And anyway, they're short too, and I'd like to be able to get along well with them. Okay, equipment, and I realize I've been doing this wrong, thanks to GM Juice and a couple others who have pointed it out in my videos. If you take the if you roll for gold and want to buy equipment, you don't get the equipment that comes with the background. But if you're taking the kind of either or equipment from the class features, then you can also take this, and then you don't get any additional gold. So that's the way it works. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to take staff, hunting trap, a trophy from an animal I've killed. Hey, let's say this guy killed a bear once. Let's dream big. Bear claw. There we go. He probably, the bear probably chased him to a cliff, and the bear ran off the cliff. Yeah, that's a good story. Kind of a loose definition of me killing it, but we'll go with it. Traveler's clothes, and a belt with a pouch containing 10 gold pieces. Now, let's get into the details here. It says that the Outlander has an excellent memory for maps and geography and can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, etc. You can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. I don't want to write that all down here, but I'm going to say on page 136, I'm just going to summarize by saying survival skills. Yeah, just so I remember to look at that and kind of refresh my memory from time to time. Alright, so now I'm going to be rolling for some of the other traits here. So personality trait, let's see what I get. Got a 7, more comfortable around animals than people. And I actually get to roll for 2 personality traits. That's the standard. Raised by wolves. Next up, we've got ideals. Okay, so I'm going to go with greater good. And basically that's, the idea that I am responsible for the well-being of all, okay, of others. It's not just about me. Next, we're going to roll for bond. Roll a d6. Okay, I got it at 4. I am the last of my tribe. Next up, we have my flaw. This makes me nervous. I got a 3. Okay, so a 3 is I remember every insult I've received and nurse a silent grudge against those who have wronged me. Alright, so maybe a bit vengeful, but still good. Alright, so that does it for background. Now I'm going to turn to the section on Druid. So a Druid is a caster that kind of harnesses the power of nature. And yeah, I've never played a Druid before. I love the idea. I actually am playing a Cleric in one of my games that is, a bit of a crunchy tree hugger who maybe he's more of a Druid at heart, but he draws upon the power of a god, so a nature deity. So the flavor text on page 64 gives some really good ideas for how to, envision this character and how to, some ideas for their background and what they might be like. I'm going to skip to the more statistically relevant stuff, and we'll take a look here. So, class features. Hit points. It says 1d8 per Druid level. I'm just going to be making a level 1 for now. 1d8. And my hit points are going to be 8. Well, that reminds me, I should really quick do my modifiers here. So I don't quite trust myself to have them memorized, but I think that this is a -1. Oh, let's try it. I'll check myself. Probably not going to do well on this. I think that's a negative. Okay, the dexterity would be a 0. I know some people like to put their score down here in the modifier up top. I do not. $16, I don't remember 16 and 17, but I believe an 8 is a -1. These are probably +3. I'm going to guess. 17 might be +4. Alright, both +3 actually. Okay, so my constitution is actually going to be, or hit points are actually going to be 7 for my hit point maximum. I should put that up here. There we go. Because I have an 8 and then -1. Oh, so that hurts. That hurts. Alright, so for proficiencies, I've got light armor, medium armor, and shields, but Druids do not wear any metal on their armor or on their shields, which is going to work out really well with my 7 hit points. Alright, so I've recorded my proficiencies there. I've got clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitar, sickle, sling, spear, and I'm proficient with herbalism kit too. So I'm going to now say saving throws in intelligence and wisdom. And then we've got skills. I get to choose 2 from Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, and Survival. Alright, so I should go ahead and record my modifiers first and then see what I want to add. So I'm going to record all these modifiers. Be right back. Alright, so I think I've got all my skills figured out there. I put in all my modifiers and then I picked 2 more skill proficiencies from the list of possibilities. And I chose Animal Handling, which I now have +5 in, and Perception, which I now have +5 in. This will make my passive wisdom a 15, which is pretty darn good. So nothing much is going to get by me. Okay, now I get to select my equipment here, and again I've chosen to take the default from the class rather than rolling for gold and picking my own equipment. Okay, so I get a wooden shield or any simple weapon, and then I get a scimitar or any simple melee weapon. I was kind of thinking I was going to take a spear, but I'm not sure if that's a simple weapon, so let me check. Yeah, a spear is a simple weapon, so I think I will do that. And then I will have a wooden shield. Let me see, spear. Yeah, a scimitar isn't really going to do me much good. You know, if I had a high dex and had a low strength. Oh, actually, a scimitar would be good because I have higher dexterity than I do strength. So maybe I should take a scimitar. Yep, I'm doing it. Gonna take the scimitar. And then I will have a wooden shield. Lastly, I get to take leather armor, an explorer's pack, and a druidic focus. Alright, so I just did a little reading about druidic focus, and I decided I'm going to use, I'm going to pretend that my druid has a sprig of some sort of plant, like maybe a very small sapling of a tree or something like that, that for some reason does not wither and doesn't die. It has some magical properties, perhaps, and that's going to be my arcane focus, or my druidic focus, rather, for spellcasting. All right, so, and we'll make it a birch sprig, we'll say, which also the sprig thing kind of fits with the name, right? Milo Hillsprig. Cool. All right, so along with my equipment here, I'm going to be recording my weapon damage and my armor class. So my armor class first is going to be with leather armor 11 plus my dex modifier, which is 0. So yeah, you know, armor class 11 with 7 hit points. It's looking good. Oh wait, but I do have a shield, wooden shield, so I think then that will give me 12, if I remember correctly. Oh no, a shield is +2 actually. So I don't see different types of shields in 5e. I don't think they have that yet. It's just you get +2 with a shield. For my scimitar, the attack bonus is going to be my dex because it's a finesse weapon. I'm going to take that instead of strength. So it's going to be a whopping +0. Hey everybody, Future Nate here to let you know that me from the past is an idiot. He forgot to add his proficiency bonus to the attack, so it should be +2 on that scimitar to attack, not +0. There's probably some other things he messed up on too, but hey, that's what the comments are for. Let him know. On with the Druid. And then we are going to have 1d6, so 1d6, and it is slashing. And it is a light weapon, so eventually I could potentially use another weapon in another hand. But for now, we're going to stick with the sword and board if I want to get up close and personal. Hopefully, with my hit points, I won't be getting up close and personal all that often. I'll be casting from range, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. Alright, a couple things I forgot here. One is the proficiency bonus. For a level 1, it is +2 for all characters. My initiative is my dex, so my initiative is just +0 for my dexterity modifier. Now, I'm going to be finishing up the druidic class features. For example, I do understand the druidic language, so I can automatically recognize it and automatically tell what it says. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the class features. Now I need to take a look at the spells. So for a druid, we get to select some spells. It says here in the book that at first level, you know 2 cantrips of your choice from the druid spell list. You earn additional druid cantrips of your choice at higher levels, as shown in the cantrips known column of the druid table. So yeah, at first level it looks like I get, according to the chart on page 65, 2 cantrips known and 2 first level spell slots. So let's go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and look at the spells now, and I'll come back after I've selected my spell. Alright, so for cantrips I have chosen Guidance, which enables me to kind of touch an ally, and then they will be able to add the roll of 1d4 to any ability check. And then Thorn Whip, which has a 30-foot range and can do 1d6 damage at first level, and has a chance of also pulling them closer to you, which I'm not sure if I like. But anyway, seems like to have it's nice to have kind of one buffing, party helping spell, and then one more offensive spell for cantrips. And of course, cantrips are those spells that you can cast as much as you want, pretty much. So for my spell slots, I get 2 first level spell slots, but I actually get to choose from the entire list of druid spells, and I get to pick 4. So the reason for that is because I'm a level 1, so you add your level, and then I have a wisdom modifier of 3. So 3 plus 1, 4. So you add your wisdom modifier plus your druid level, and that's how many spells you get to put on this list total. So at the beginning of every day, my understanding is I get to pick from the entire list of druid spells at the beginning of every day. Alright, so I've selected my first level spells now as well. I have Charm Person here, which, well, like it says, gives me the ability to charm person and make them more friendly toward me, although they will know when it's over. And then entangle, which, you know, vines can basically entangle someone and has a chance of getting them stuck, or at least can make it difficult terrain. And then healing word, which enables me to heal someone from range, unlike cure wounds, which I think you need to be able to touch someone with. Although it is a little less powerful too. And then we have thunder wave, which creates a wave of thunder around me. That I think it's like 2d8 thunder damage for if they don't make a Constitution saving throw. So pretty cool. So that's, again, 4 spells that I got to select, and then each day I get to cast 2 of them. Alright, so for my spellcasting class, I should write this in here. It is obviously Druid. My spellcasting ability is Wisdom, I believe. And then spell save DC. It is going to be 8 plus my proficiency bonus, plus my wisdom modifier. So 8 plus 2 plus 3 is 11. I'm sorry, 8 plus 2 is 10. There we go, 13. That's more like it. My spell attack bonus is my proficiency bonus plus my wisdom modifier, so that's going to be plus 5. That's pretty darn good. Alright. I think that is it for my spells. There is some other really cool stuff that's worth mentioning that a druid gets at later levels, like a wild shape, the ability to turn into an animal. Super cool. Gotta love that. And then, you know, at 3rd level I get to choose a... Oh, I'm sorry, at 2nd level I get to choose a druid circle as well, which kind of, you know, is like a school of magic almost. And, yeah. So there's the Circle of the Land and the Circle of the Moon in the Player's Handbook. I'm sure they'll come out with more eventually, but that's page 68 and 69 if you want to read more about Druid circles. So let's go ahead and take a look at the character sheet, and usually there's some loose ends that need to be tied up here. I'm not going to do character backstory right now or worry about any of this other stuff, but you know, it is important stuff to fill in eventually. And, you know, the character background stuff always kind of gives you some good fodder for creating your backstory if you don't already have one. As I'm looking it over, it looks like I amazingly actually have everything filled out that I need. Yep. So, I guess that's it for this one, folks. This has been my Halfling Druid, Milo Hillsprig. If you have any questions for me or any comments, usually I find that there's something I messed up on here, so feel free to let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you have any other questions, I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and everybody take care.